I'll, I guess I'll start. My name is Sydney, and I'll be taking the meeting notes.
My name is Sierra, and I'll be keeping the time.
My name is Jalen, and I'll be doing the introduction.
My name is Lanny and I'm recording.
My name is Jake, and I'm reviewing the problems.
I'm Bailey, and I'll do the conclusion.
All right. So there were three main problems that were in this case. One of them was that Laura and Doug avoided direct communication and refused to cooperate professionally. Another problem was that Charles does not enforce expectations or mediate the conflict effectively, which allows tensions to escalate. And the third and final problem is that team members are being pulled into the conflict and taking sides, which damages morale and the workflow. The specific problem with this case is that we need to focus on the breakdown of communication between Laura and Doug. This is the root issue, which is causing misinformation, emotional reactions, and staff involvement. Without addressing communication, no administrative or structural fixes will actually work.
Yeah, I said similar problems. I thought it was a big problem that like Charles, he like was seeing the problem, but he wasn't like properly intervening, so there wasn't really any issues getting solved because he wasn't doing anything about it.
I agree. Also, being that Laura and Doug, they let the problem go on longer than it needed to. So it kind of just kind of makes it harder to mediate and resolve everything.
I think it was also very hard for them to resolve anything because team members were all taking sides, and that just blows up the conflict entirely.
Which problem do we think is the main issue?
I personally think that the breakdown of communication between Laura and Doug is the main problem because it kind of causes everything else.
I agree. I think that Laura and Doug um once again just letting their problems go on too long and the way that they've went about all of their problems, I think that's the main issue because I feel like everything else is just kind of a ripple effect based off of that.
Same thing I was going to say. I was going to say Laura and Doug problems definitely affect the whole store, and they just need to focus on how to communicate it better. If not, it's definitely going to affect the whole store.
Well, we can go like more into depth in them for the step two, since that we'll be analyzing them.
And then from our problems, is there um like a one problem statement that we can kind of either come up with together, or if someone wants to share theirs and we can kind of go from there? Or if we get more into analyzing the problem.
We can go into the effects and consequences of their problems.
I think a strong problem statement is basically just showing how the whole disruption in communicating really plays an effect on the whole store.
Yeah, and I also think that this this one conflict causes even more problems because it makes Charles's job harder and it overwhelms him, which just makes him do his job poorly and manage things poorly.
Yeah, I'd said there's severe conflict between Laura and Doug that is affecting the workplace negatively.
Like,
I agree. Not only does it affect the workplace as far as employees, but it also affects the way that they are able to actually do their work and get things done.
or the sorry, I'm trying to the notes are kind of hard. If we can just for the I guess we're at step two, guys, analyzing everything. I just want to just say like stuff again about how we're like analyzing the problems that we um put down. Like
Uh, it's just it's slowing down the work process completely and it's taking over the whole team staff. Like no one can do their job efficiently.
It's making everyone uncomfortable to be there, even though it's just a problem between them two.
yeah, I've said it may affect, guess like the customers of the store because if the people at the store are having issues, then the managers can't focus and everything kind of like trickles down from there and makes like the customer experience worse.
I agree. Did anyone have anything else to add for the analyzing problems?
Uh, I can say that while all this is going on, it's causing their productivity to be low.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'd also wrote that down. An overall poor performance from the company.
Mhm.
And does anyone have a general problem statement based on everything that we've discussed so far?
Uh, Laura and Doug's ongoing communication breakdown is disrupting store operations, which is harming the productivity and morale across the entire company.
Same thing.
I think it could
Lowering
be a little
door,
shorter than that,
yeah,
probably.
lowering door, horrible communication is affecting the store performance.
We could also just state like the overall team's cohesion and efficiency and professionalism is deteriorating.
Does this make sense?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's really good. Then the next one is criteria, I'm pretty sure.
I definitely said a big criteria would be that the solution has to improve the communication between Laura and Doug.
I agree, and just to look at it from a overall, just something that will improve the dynamic in generals. So just in case they, let's just say they have another conflict, we want to just try to make sure that we're doing everything that we can now to prevent any further conflict.
I,
So
I'm sorry.
no, you're good.
If I'd say I definitely agree. I think whatever the solution is, it has to reduce the tension so everything can go back to the way it should.
One of the things I mentioned was in the case study, it's mentioned how neither of them were saying anything during the team meetings, which obviously affects them poorly. And I said a criteria was that they would both like have to be required to contribute positively to the team meetings in
Mhm.
order for their productivity to like actually be good.
Like the solution will make Laura and Doug contribute more positively to the team.
Yeah, I guess I kind of did it wrong, or like I did it different.
Does anyone have anything else to add?
Yeah, this one can be like three or four, so if someone has a third one.
I was
They-
reduce tension and making the staff feel comfortable and supported.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
Yes.
And the next step will be possible solutions.
Yeah, if everyone wants to just kind of say a solution they have, I think one said would be training Charles, the manager, in more of like conflict resolution because he seems like he has no idea what to do in the situation. So like if he was more like able to support them, he could have like stopped the issue earlier or like properly like assessed what was happening.
I agree. And kind of like to bounce off of that, like a possible solution could, like, I guess with proper training with Charles is to kind of put them into a meeting and have them kind of like talk about it and have Charles kind of facilitate it. But again, he would need that proper training and kind of
Uh,
like know what he's doing.
yeah, I would say that just kind of a clear, just a clear definition of who's responsible, so there's kind of less overlapping going on.
Yeah, and I also think a level of compromise will be good as well. Being that they don't see eye to eye on a lot, just kind of trying to meet each other in the middle would help.
One of my solutions was that they shouldn't work in the same department, but maybe that's not a good idea.
Like separating them from their department.
Yeah, like maybe they just shouldn't be on the same team.
Did anyone have anything else to add?
I think mine was just clarifying, defining like who's responsible for what. So uh people don't well so they don't so it's less overlapping going on.
Defining their like responsibilities and like just like boundaries at work.
Yeah. So it's not like too much as somebody doing this. They just feel like they overlap or overpowered or overwhelmed. I'm sorry.
And then we just need to evaluate those solutions. And we could also pick like what we think the best one for the situation would be.
I think with the it's like reaching a compromise between them, with the criteria, it would improve their communication because they would kind of reach a resolution for their conflict. And also once they reach a resolution, that'll kind of overall make everyone at work feel like less tension because that the resolution is like they kind of find something and then hopefully like with their compromise, then they'll be able to contribute positively to the team.
I think the best solution would be to just completely separate Lara and Doug completely, and that will just end the problem there.
Okay, so it sounds like we're stuck between two. It's either reaching a level of compromise between them or just like completely separating them.
Yeah, I believe we're supposed to evaluate all of our solutions and then we pick one.
Yeah.
Uh, so with the separating, I would say one of the kind of the good things is that uh things shouldn't overlap and it shouldn't trigger as much conflict, and it makes everybody take like accountability. The only con is that it's something new. It's something new. So it's gonna like require adjustments, which might not be kind of something that they'll be okay.
But yeah, it'll be resolved, but like they'll have to at least learn something new, like if they're in a different like area or whatever it is.
And I think that defining responsibilities and boundaries is a really good one because one of the big problems was that Doug kind of made himself seem like he was better than Laura and wouldn't provide her like information and stuff that she needed to do her job. So if there's like clear responsibilities and like I guess like actions that need to be taken, then it's easier to hold Doug accountable if he's doing something that he shouldn't be, or if he's not working properly with Laura.
And I think with the first solution, with as far as Charles, I think just training Charles on that conflict resolution, it'll help him prevent any further miscommunication or disagreements in case there are any other employees that happen to have those same issues in the future.
And I think that can also connect to like how it can reduce future tension and help make the staff feel more comfortable and supported if he does know all the training skills, which again can help in further situations.
So between compromise, separating, training, and defining responsibilities, which one do we think is the best solution?
I said they all good.
I think
Well,
compromise.
separating is probably compromise probably sound like the best because it gets both to compromise and understand to be able to get along with each other. But separating is also
Yeah, I feel like separating should be probably like a last resort type
Resort.
thing. So that's probably not the best one.
I think the two best are compromising and defining responsibilities, and maybe even like combining the two. Like
Hmm.
with the compromise, here is your clear responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
So said like combining compromise and
And define responsibilities. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, the way that they would be compromising is by setting those clear responsibilities of what they should and shouldn't do towards each other and towards the company.
that it would like set clear responsibilities with each other and like set those boundaries like moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
Okay, well, our goal was to find a solution, and I think the one that we chose helps everybody, not just Laura and Doug, but overall, I think it'll help everybody in the office. So I think the conflict will be resolved.
Is there anything else that anyone wanted to add? Do we all agree? We're all on one accord?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.